The great thing about meditation is it offers you insight into your body. And then beyond that, as you start to be aware of how your body's feeling and start to be able to live more in line and in tune with your body, then you can start to ask yourself, well, what does my being actually feel like? And so when I go and sit down and sit to meditate, what is it that I'm actually bringing with me to that meditation? You're actually bringing with you your whole day, month, year, lifetime. And so when people sit down and they start to feel their presence, they start to be able to make observations like, wow, I'm really racy. Wow, I live my life like I'm on speed and I'm not on speed. And so we have to start in the world, we have to bring importance to this, because some people will sit down and they'll go, wow, I'm unresolved. I have got so many thoughts playing out. I've got so many either commitments or responsibilities or tasks that feel incomplete, that I can't surrender and be still and just enjoy myself in that moment. And so people can feel like they're on a treadmill that never ends. And so meditation offers you that point of reflection, that check-in, where you can ask yourself, well, what's really going on in my life? How do I really feel? How am I treating myself? Because if you are not doing that on a regular basis throughout the day, or even at least daily, then you wake up one day and you have what might be called a midlife crisis, which now are happening at quarter-life crises, but you wake up and you have that moment of reflection and you can feel that none of your life was actually in line with who you are, and that you've been living this alternative life that was never really the life that you intended. And that's quite devastating for people to wake up and feel that. And if we're living in a way where we don't check in, where we're just on the go, then you're leading towards that. And so the ability to be able to check in and to have that connection with yourself and reconnect to your body and your presence is really, really important. And so once you start to do those two aspects, your life changes. So you start to be very aware when you're in a situation that is compromising, rather than in 3 or 4 years' time having spent 3 or 4 years in a relationship that doesn't work for you, or 3 or 4 years in a workplace that you're not happy with. And so when you start to listen to your body, your health changes. When you start to listen to your body and your presence, you start to more deeply understand who you are and what is truly true for you and fulfilling for you in your life. Okay, once you've been doing that for a while, then and only then can you contemplate true enlightenment. Okay, and I'm not talking about some guru sitting on top of a mountain. I'm talking about the natural wisdom that is afforded to 5-year-olds. Okay, but also equally so those very beautiful and gentle elderly people who have the presence and grace to be able to connect to what is truly wise in the world. Okay, and so this is something that shouldn't be segregated to some monk on a hill or something so devoid of most people's normal everyday life. It should be something that we encourage to be part of everyone's life, that we raise our children to be wise. And so the building blocks to that are connecting to your body, connecting to your presence, but furthermore, the way that we understand true enlightenment or true wisdom is through our soul. What's your soul? Okay, well, really, simply, it's your essence. When you look into a baby's eyes, you know that they're not empty. When you talk to a 4-year-old and you get to feel their natural wisdom, you know that they haven't learnt that from someone. You know that there is something about them that is unique to them, and that's simply their essence. And so everyone has an essence, everyone has a soul. It's not rocket science, it's just normal, natural. We all know there's something quite beautiful about every person. And so when we're talking about that, we're not just talking about the energy they live in, we're not just talking about their presence, we're not talking about how racy they are or how settled they are or all of those different descriptors of energy. What we start to talk about is, who are they? And so meditation can give you the building blocks to start to connect to who you are, okay? But that's not sitting on the floor in a lotus position, like aching, let's face it, for hours and hours and hours, or chanting or anything like that. We can connect quite quickly. And as you start to connect and as you start to practice the gentle breath meditation regularly, you start to have a basis that you more quickly connect to. And over time, in that connection, you start to feel your essence. You start to feel very settled in your body, and you start to feel a loveliness. Now, you don't then try to keep that loveliness in that meditation pose for 3 or 4 hours. You get up and you start living life, because true meditation is actually living in connection in life. And so why we do the free meditations is this is stuff that everyone needs to know. Everyone needs to know how to be at ease in their body in life. And meditation is the tool, simply a tool, that can support you in that reconnection. And then from there, you don't need meditation, because you live your life knowing who you are, being very honoring of your body and very honoring of your presence and what is required to live true to yourself. And so in the meditation courses that we offer, we break that down step by step, give you very, very practical tools to be able to live your life in connection.